Welcome to a demonstration of Synergy ERP's custom module called Advanced Supplier Remittance. Now this is a module that was built and it makes use of many of the standard functions within Sage X3 to provide a much more user-friendly and intuitive experience. Now this module is broken up into four main sections. First, what we've got is reconciliation, where we reconcile all items on our supplier statement to those found within our system, specifically invoices, credit notes, and payments already made. Then we've got remittance, where we mark items on those reconciliations for payment. Then we've got remittance approval, where we can mark whole remittances as ready for payment. And then lastly, we've got remittance payment, where we can pay one or more remittance at a time. So to see how this works, we're going to start off by going into our reconciliation. So supply reconciliation is used to receive a supplier statement and then adjust for differences and discrepancies between the invoices and credit notes shown on the supplier statement to those found within our system. So to start off, we're going to click on New. Then we're going to decide whether we want to reconcile by site or by company. Doing a reconciliation by company will allow you to do a consolidated reconciliation for one supplier and one company, but across multiple different sites. For demo purposes, we will do this for site only. Then we're going to select our due date. We're going to select our site for which we're working with. We're going to select our supplier. Then we're going to look at when is our statement date, as well as what is our statement balance. After we've entered in our header information, we're going to click on our refresh documents. So what the system now is doing, it's going to look at all the invoices and credit memos that are relevant to the specific site and supplier combination. So we can say whether or not these invoices are relevant or not to the specific supplier statement. Also, as I said, the system will also look at payments that are already made to our specific supplier. And we can say whether or not they are relevant to the supplier statement or not. Now, if we look at the top, we can see we've got a difference of 180 Rand. Now, for this, we can say, for instance, it's an unreceived document or unreconciled, whatever the case may be. We can say that it is an invoice. We can say that our document number is just what we want to keep track of. We can now go to our document status. Now this is where we define whether or not, or what is the reason for it not being not matching what is happening on our statement. So we're just going to say it's unreceived. We can see our document date is today, and now we're going to look at our difference at the top. So we can see 180, so I'm going to enter in 180 over here. And now we can also add in a comment, for instance, why this was unreceived or whatever the case may be. We can enter in that information over there. Now we can see we've got a difference of 0 over here, and now we can say, or we can create our reconciliation. Then we're going to go on to our next step, which is our remittance step. And you can see how integrated this module is, because I won't have to enter in any information again. I'm simply going to click on New. We're going to select our reconciliation number from here. We can see this is the reconciliation that we're working with, so I'm going to select it. I'm going to click on Refresh Documents, and it's going to populate our Documents Due tab with our invoices, and our Apply Detail is going to be our credit memos. Now what we can do is we can allocate our invoice or our credit memo to one of our invoices. So I'm copying our invoice number, I'm changing our apply detail over here to apply and match on invoice, but we can also apply and match it on a payment if needed. So I'm going to go and apply and match on invoice. I'm going to go to our apply document over here. I'm going to paste our invoice number and tab through. It will automatically pick up the amount to apply that's necessary. And now we can see that we've got a difference of 0 over there. And we can see that our amount to be paid and our payment amount is now matching. And that is our goal with this step. Again, you can say whether or not these are relevant to this statement or you want to pay them or not. So we can say yes or no over here. I'm going to say yes to all of them. Now what we can do is we can just put in a payment reference. So I'm just going to put in our payment reference. And we can mark our remittance as complete. Now we can click on Create. And now we've done half of our process with our supplier remittance. So our next step in the process is just going to be to approve our remittance. So I'm going to click on our remittance approval over here. Just a few filters to help you through to get to the specific remittance that you're looking for to approve. So I'm just going to click on refresh. We can see over here we've got our remittance that we just created, and it gives us our remittance number, our reconciliation number. It tells us which site it's for, which supplier, and what the payment amount will be. Now if we had more than one, we can simply select more than one and we can click on approve. So only we've got our one, so I'm going to click on our little checkbox over there and I'm going to click on approve. And now we can go into our next step, which is going to be to pay our remittance. So I'm going to go to our remittance payment. Again, we've got various different filters, so I'm just going to select, because we're doing this for a site, I'm going to select site, click on refresh, and here we can see that we've got our remittance that we want to pay. Again, giving us the remittance number, the reconciliation number, our payment reference, which supplier it's for, and again, what our payment amount will be. So I'm going to select it. So enter in our site over here, just click on refresh again, select it, and click on pay. Now the system's going to generate a payment for us, just a little log file reading, just letting us know what has happened. And what it's doing as well, it's giving us a source document for our payment. And it's also going to kick off a workflow where it's going to send us a EFT file straight to our inbox. So if I open up this over here, we can see here we've got our EFT file that was sent to the system for us, and now we can action that accordingly.